everyone, welcome. This is Jen Healy, and I'm very excited to share this new series with you called Quantum Healing Techniques. I've been offering these quantum healing transmissions for the last couple years, and I'm very excited to share with you some more techniques that can help you drop deeper into your meditation practice, as well as energize and amplify the healing of the body. So today we're going to work with the 8-part infinity breath, and this is one of my absolute favorite practices. I call it free energy because you really are able to tap into a whole nother level of building energy in the body and transmitting and sending this energy to different parts of the body that are needing more healing. And it just is a wonderful way to boost the body's happy hormones, to boost the immune system, to rebalance the endocrine system that's in charge of the hormones. There's so many benefits from doing this practice that will increase not only your physical health, but also increase you and uplift your levity, uplift your spirit, create more upliftment for yourself and for your health. So I'm going to go through these 8 parts with you. And so we're going to start with a really simple amplified breath that I call ballooning, or the spherical breathing. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So I'm going to do this with you, so it's a little bit more interactive. And we're going to first just get in tune with the body and find our pillar. So if you've been practicing with me, I have the 3 essential keys to all of my meditation practices. It is called the pillar of light, body of light, family of light. And I see it as a straw or a column that fills the central pathway, that ignites and elevates the spine. And then we surround ourselves with a big golden bubble, and this is our space. This is how we can tap into our own energy system as well as stay connected to the quantum field. But this way we get to really own our energy, filter out all other energies, and cleanse and clear our body field. And then the family of light, if you see it as visualize roots going down as well as branches rising up. This connects us to our star family, our heaven family, what I call our quantum family, and also to our earth family and our soul family, those that we are here with on the earth plane. So real quick, we just get ourselves centered. You can close your eyes for this part if it helps you to visualize, and just start to breathe up and down the spine. Start to feel your sit bones sinking down. We're going to do a whole nother transmission on grounding. And then allow yourself to, like a balloon, your crown is rising up simultaneously. And just start to feel the breath moving up and down the spine. I'm going to slow everything down and repeat everything. Since this is more of a practice, I want you to still tap into that meditative space, that meditative place within yourself, so you can get the transmission. So these techniques and transmissions are going to be intertwined. This is our first experience of tapping into these different breathing techniques that are really powerful. All of them are for amplifying the field and to create more energy, to create more vitality in the system. So the first one that I'm going to share with you and try to keep the rhythmic breath going is I just call the spherical breathing. And so I'm going to help you with my hands to visualize, and you can play along with me and mimic what I'm doing. But when I inhale, I imagine my sphere, my bubble growing all the way out to the edges. And then when I exhale, I'm going to concentrate it all the way down. Squeeze it to the very center of the chest. It's kind of like you're spring loading and concentrating the energy in. And then on the next inhalation, it's going to buoyantly bounce back out. And then exhale, concentrating it down, like compressing a spring. Squeeze to the very end. Squeeze it all out. And then inhale. It's just going to, like it's spring-loaded, it's going to buoyantly bounce back out to the edges, like we're ballooning, filling up our balloon. all the way, and then exhale, squeeze. Concentrate the ball all the way down to a pea size in the center of the chest, in the center of the heart, the holy heart. Keep breathing like that. Find your rhythm. Very good. Squeeze all the way down. Rising back up, even the back body. Breathe into the back of the ribs, the back of the lungs. Expanding your ball in all directions. We're spherical, we're not flat, we're not just a wheel or a circle. Concentrate down. So just this technique alone, if you get lost or if it becomes overwhelming to take in so much information for this time together, just bring it back to the ball breathing or the balloon breathing, centering yourself in your chest. So that's the first one. So the next one is the straw breathing, I call it, and we're going to go back to that central pathway or pillar and concentrate on the tube of energy that runs actually past the crown of the head, like a silver cord reaching up to the heavens. And then all the way down, our grounding rod sinks down into the center of the earth. The very, very center, there's a place where you can plug in. And imagine there being a triple prong grounding, one on each of the feet and at the tailbone. And this bottoms of the feet and tailbone plug into your signature, to your unique outlet that the earth can feed you, and just like circuitry, like plugging in your toaster, then you can get the energy from the earth. And the same with our silver cord. We're going to shoot our silver cord up into the sun, the star portal, stargate of the sun, which will reach up to the heavens from there. And the sun is our source, and we're plugging in like a solar panel. And so from this column of light, it's like a hollow tube, and I call it straw breathing because we're going to sip the breath up to the crown of the head. Like we're breathing through a straw, and then we're just going to shoot it right back down. Past the tailbone into the center of the earth. And you're plugged in now, so breathe the energy back up. Sip it up through your feet, through your tailbone, through your spine, to the crown of the head, and then exhale, just shoot it right back down. Imagine you're cleansing and clearing this pathway. Send everything down that you're ready to release and let go of. If your straw feels clogged, give it some extra energy to push that congestion out. And again, sip the energy all the way up to the crown of the head. You can pause at the top and hold if that feels good. And then exhale. Shoot it all the way down and pause at the bottom. Let's continue breathing like that for 5 more breaths. Feel the difference between the straw breathing and the balloon breathing. This has a completely different effect on the body. Pause. Bring it out, squeeze it out. Elongate the breath if you can. For the last one, we're just going to allow the breath to relax. And breathe normally up and down and just feel the difference already. Just with these two different breathing patterns, notice what's happening for you. Notice what's happening in your body. Maybe there's a sense of elevation or lightheadedness. Maybe there's a sense of expandedness in space. Maybe it's just a sense of being more calm and more present. All the breathing techniques bring us back into the present moment, and that is a tremendous gift that they offer. So let's move forward and start adding into our breathing patterns. And you can go back anytime to just finding your pillar or getting into your bubble and in breathing into your balloon. So I call this the Infinity 8 breathing. So there's two infinity signs we'll work with. We're going to work with the infinity that goes from left to right, and then we let that wave come through the center of the heart, but we could do that with the head. And so an infinity is like a figure 8, or we can do that with the pelvis. Okay, so we can work with those 3 infinity loops horizontally. But we're going to do a vertical infinity loop, and we're going to run it from the heart up the front of the spine, up the front, the face plane here, to the crown of the head. And then the back of the loop goes into the back of the heart. And then we keep breathing that energy down the front of the belly into the pubic bone, and then inhale from the tailbone up to the back of the kidneys, back of the heart, and then translate through the body and back up to the head. Okay, so just do the best you can with this and play with it. I want you to feel, we're going to go into some undulations after that, but I want you to really start to feel these quadrants. Inhaling from the chest to the head, exhaling from the head to the back of the heart. Let's just start with that loop. We're just going to do that top circle. Inhaling, it's all a sphere, but let's imagine it being a circle. Inhaling from chest to top of the head, exhaling back of the head to back of the heart. Again. And just notice, just in that top quadrant, the top half, notice what's happening. So notice if you can feel, is the chest lifted? Is the chest open? And is the back able to clear? Is there tension in the back body? And just notice with me, if there's tension in the back of the neck or back of the heart, then you'll feel that congestion. And I want you to just amplify your exhale and let that energy wash down. We're going to eventually just wash it down the back. And if that becomes difficult, you can just inhale up the front and exhale down the back and create that loop. So it doesn't have to be an infinity, it doesn't have to be a figure 8, but you can just create this loop of up the front, down the back. And you can just play with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the second loop. So we're going to inhale, let's just do it one section at a time, okay? So we're going to inhale. Now this one is going to go backwards. We're going to inhale from the tailbone to the back of the heart, and then exhale from the heart to the pubic bone, okay? So inhale. Go ahead and notice the difference here. How does the low back feel? Can you send the energy from the heart down to the pubic bone with the exhale? Can you pull the energy up from the tailbone to the back of the heart? How does that energy feel through the kidneys? Very good. One more. And so we're playing with our visualization and imagination to see it moving in the body as well as feel it. So feel it, imagine it. I'm also in training the body field through the quantum healing process, where I can send and mimic, do the biomimicry of my body and training with your body. If you just let those energies come through this medium that we're using. And again, if it becomes at any time overwhelming, just inhale up the front and down the back, and just stay balanced, calm, and gentle with the breath. Just nice, easy, gentle breathing, like a wave, inhaling up the front, exhaling down the back. So let's try and piece those together if you're ready. And again, imagine there being an infinity or a vertical infinity, so affinity 8 I call it, in the body. And now we're going to start to just work the breath. Inhale up the front from the heart, exhale down the back to the heart. Keep exhaling, transverse the body from the heart, from the back of the heart, comes through the front to the tail, to the pubic bone. Inhale up the back to the heart, keep going through the heart to the crown of the head, and then exhaling down the back to the back of the heart, down the front of the belly to the pubic bone. Inhale up the back to the head. Exhale down the back to the belly. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Imagine those two loops coming together, and then these wheels or spheres start to spin in the body. And as you can see, my body naturally goes into this rhythm wave. And so I'm going to teach you the infinity breathing with the rhythm wave. That'll be our number 4, and undulating the breath. And if this at any time becomes difficult, I'm going to ask you again, there's always going to be a simplified version. So the simplified version is inhale, breathe into the chest, and exhale, squeeze the belly back. Inhale into the chest. Exhale, squeeze the belly back. Inhale, lift the head. Breathe into the chest. Exhale, round in. Inhale. And exhale. So another thing you can do is put your hand on your knees and inhale, pull forward. Lift the crown, and then exhale, roll the energy down. Inhale, roll forward, and exhale, roll back. Inhale, and exhale. As you can hear, I like to breathe in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. But you can do this through the mouth or through the nose, or any combination of those two that you like, okay? So let's imagine it again with the rhythm wave. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And if you just let the rhythm wave move up and down the spine, undulating the spine, it's incredible for opening up the Kundalini energy. So this is a really great way to build the energy in the spine and also lubricate the spaces in between the vertebrae. So each one of those vertebrae we are mobilizing. And as we mobilize them, we're freeing up any tension that might live in the left or right sides, as well as the up and down. Okay? Really good. Okay, so now we're going to add on to this infinity wave. So at this point, we've been breathing up to the crown of the head and down to the bottom of the spine, the tailbone. Now we're going to add a double infinity. So you can keep that same rhythm wave, that same infinity 8 in the body. And if you can use your imagination and visualization with me to expand into the infinity, reaching all the way up into the heavens, and then all the way down through the heart into the very center of the earth. So we're going to go past the body into the center of the earth, and then breathe up from the center of the earth into the back of the heart, and then through the heart all the way up into the heavens, all the way to the very center source energy, our home base. And then exhale back down to the heart. So we're putting a bigger infinity 8, a bigger vertical infinity into our smaller infinity 8 that runs in the physical body. Okay, so just try it with me, or just stay with the inhaling up and exhaling down, or any part of the rhythm wave that you like that's working for you. So here we go. Let's start in the heart. Inhale it up, all the way to the heavens, exhaling through the heart, all the way down to the center of the earth. Inhaling from the center of the earth, up into the heart, keep going, inhaling all the way up to the heavens, exhaling to the heart, through the heart, all the way down into the earth. Inhaling back up. And exhale. You can just imagine this being the straw breathing if the infinity loops are challenging to visualize. Inhale all the way up. Breathe it to the heavens, and then exhale through the heart, back down. Let's do a couple more. Inhale from the earth. Up into the heart. Keep going all the way up. And then exhale back down. From the center of the earth, up into the heart, keep going all the way up to the heavens, and then exhale back down, pouring back down through and landing in the heart again. Very good. So that's the double infinity 8. And now what we're doing is we're exchanging heaven and earth through our hearts. We're becoming this clear conduit and a channel, and it's an incredible practice, and it is so wonderful to share these breathing techniques with you. We have just a couple more to go. So that was number 5, the heaven-earth breathing, the double infinity. And now number 6 I want to share with you is another amplified breath technique, and this is an exchange. We're going to exchange heaven and earth in our hearts and then radiate it out in all directions. So it's like this. If you can imagine heaven and earth coming together in the heart, so we're breathing that in. So we breathe up and down simultaneously. Let that gather in our hearts, and then we're going to exchange and radiate out everywhere. Okay, so again, let's breathe it in, gather it into the heart, and then exhale it out. All directions. Exhaling this way, exhaling up and down, exhaling all around. So filling in every direction, shooting it out vertically, horizontally, every direction. Okay, let's gather it up again. Fill up the heart. Exhale. Exchange it, exchange it, exchange it. Very good. Both directions. Imagine it exchanging up and down as well. One last time, inhale, gather the energy up into the heart. Inhale, 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 fill, and then exhale. Shoot it out in all directions. So it's like we're breathing it in and filling up. Getting more and more and more, and then exhaling. Blasting it out. So heaven and earth mix and mingle in our heart. If you can imagine blue pouring down from the heavens and red buoyantly rising up from the earth, and the blue and red are mixing and mingling and creating a vibrant purple, and then we're radiating this iridescent vibrant purple energy out in all directions. It's such a beautiful practice. So number 7 is like, now we're going to just get into what I call the Kundalini breathing or the spiraling breathing. And now we want to work with the horizontal infinity loops as well as the vertical infinity loops. And when I work with the horizontal and vertical together, it creates a spiral in the body. And we're just going to start to do some Kundalini shaking to begin. Just shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. And sometimes you can do this standing as well as sitting. Sometimes the energy will get stuck somewhere. So is it getting stuck in your shoulders and neck? Is it getting stuck in your lower back? Wiggle your hips, wiggle around, shake, 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 shake. And just let that feel good to do some Kundalini shaking and breathing for opening up the spirals. And now I like to spiral from left to right. So now we're adding everything together. Okay, so we're doing the spiraling, we're doing the infinity loops from side to side, we're doing them up and down, and we're doing them all around. So this can look like loop-de-loops or figure eights or whatever creative variation that you want to do, or stay with me and just find the spiral. Just spiraling the energy up. I like to go from left to right, but you go in whatever direction feels good. And I notice if I get in tune with, you can even close your eyes and roll your shoulders around, roll your hips around. Just find that wave, find the rhythm wave and the infinity wave from side to side and up and down and all around. So it's like we're doing that same undulation of back and forth, but then we're spiraling it in the body, right? You can try spiraling it both directions, right? So go the other way too and see how that feels. I find that like it's like a screwdriver. One way plugs you in and one way lifts you up. So see what feels good, because maybe one day you want to plug in more and one day you want to expand and travel up and out. Use your arms as well if that feels good. Let the energy spiral around, so spiral breathing. Inhale, spiral the energy up. Exhale, spiral it back down. And keep going like that. Inhaling, spiraling up. And exhale, spiral it back down. All the way down. So combining all of the different techniques that we learned for today. Undulate the spine in all directions. See if there's any sticky or stuck places. Sometimes one side will feel a little bit more sticky than another. So take some time to just breathe into that. Maybe add a twist and then just breathe from side to side and see how that feels too. Don't be afraid to play with it and find your own movement and your own breath. That's why I like to call it Kundalini breathing as well, because it might just be shaking and pumping breath through the body. So it doesn't have to be an organized shape like a spiral. It can be loop-de-loops in your own imaginal figure eights. Okay, so last one, number 8, part 8, I call 0-point breathing, and this is probably my go-to and my favorite breath. It's similar to number 1 that we learned, where we inhale into our sphere, our balloon breathing, and then exhaling, concentrating it in. But now I'm going to call that point where we concentrate it the 0 point. So I call it the 0 point because we're really activating the original soul matrix, going into the center, center, center. This is the seeds, the seat of the soul in the center of our hearts. And then I imagine our lungs being like 2 balloons that we're filling up. So those 2 balloons are like the infinity 8, the infinity wave going through the horizontal plane, right? But we're going to blow those up at the same time. So these 2 balloons, so that the lungs fill and expand like wings on your back. Okay, it's such a beautiful visualization and imagery. Even the back of the lungs start to expand. And then when we exhale, we just concentrate it back in. And squeeze to the very, very center of the heart. So I'm going to go ahead and breathe with you for 8 counts. and not use as much of instruction. And I want you to just feel it and follow along with your eyes open or your eyes closed. If it's easier for you to concentrate with your eyes closed, I welcome you to do that. Inhaling, expand the 2 balloons. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All the way. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Balloon, balloon it up, balloon it up. Even bigger. We're spring loaded, so concentrate it down. Even more. And then it expands like a ball held down under the water. It rises and expands to the surface, to the edges. Keep growing, keep breathing in all directions, up and down and all around. And concentrate it in. Visualize all the way down to a pea size, getting more tiny and concentrated in the center of the heart. Squeeze. Pause at the edges. And your balloon keeps growing, rising, the 2 balloons of the lungs. Imagine that horizontal infinity loop running from left to right, rebalancing the brain, rebalancing the masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang. Balancing the hips, the legs. Beautiful. Concentrate it in. Visualize going to the very center, center, center of your being. Pause at the edges. Keep expanding. Last one. Make it big, make it count, let it be the biggest ever. Your field becomes huge. It keeps expanding, expanding and growing, 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 growing. And then exhale. Empty, 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 empty. Let's end with our hands of prayer and our hearts. Just notice the difference between when we started and now. Notice how it feels to spend so much yummy, positive energy focusing on our breath, opening up and accessing more life force, as well as emptying out and squeezing out, right? We're getting rid of everything that we don't need, as well as allowing ourselves to be completely revitalized, rejuvenated, simply by breathing. So I'm going to be offering these techniques and these transmissions online, but you can also contact me to get a personalized session if there's something you're working with, if there's a specific part of the body that is having pain or injury, especially the belly or the lower back, the chest, the shoulders, or the neck. These are the big hubs and the hot spots that collect tension, and I can help you with that through the quantum healing techniques and transmissions. You can contact me online at jenhealy.org or zenhealing.com. And it's Zen Healing spelled with a Y-N-G.com. Z like Zen Buddhism, healing with a Y-N-G.com. But jenhealy.org is a much easier and simpler way. Just like my last name, HEALY.org. So please do be in touch with me. I would love to drop in with you and share more of these techniques and transmissions. Until next time, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing in this precious time, the sacred space. I hope that you gain the most benefit from this practice. Namaste.